Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's session, we will be discussing yet another important topic of English grammar, and that is subject-verb agreement. So let's get started. So when we talk about subject-verb agreement, here the word agreement refers to a kind of combination or a match. Now this combination or match should be between the subject and the verb. Every sentence has a subject and a verb. As for example, Ram plays cricket. So here Ram is the subject and plays is the verb. So there has to be a match between the subject and the verb. That is, the subject and the verb must agree with each other. So when we talk about subject-verb agreement, it says that if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. And if the subject is plural, the verb should also be in plural number. So this is what we are going to study in subject-verb agreement. So now let us see the different rules related to subject-verb agreement. So the first rule says a verb must agree with its subject in number. This number refers to singular and plural number, right? So it says if the subject is singular in number, the verb should be singular in number. If the subject is plural in number, the verb should also be plural in number, right? Now here we must remember that verbs take S in their singular form and they do not take S in their plural form, right? It goes just the opposite. Fine. So let us see the example. A scientist discovers new facts. So a scientist, this is singular in number. So the subject is singular in number. Therefore, the verb should also be singular in number. Further, when we change this very sentence into plural number, let's see. So scientists discover new facts. Here scientists, the subject, is plural in number, right? So therefore, the verb is also plural in number. And remember, plural verbs do not take S with them. I hope this is clear. Further, moving on to the next rule. It says a verb must agree with its subject in person. So person refers to first person, second person and third person. First person is the speaker, second person is the listener and third person is about whom we talk, right? So let us see the examples. I am happy. So here the subject is first person singular number and therefore we will use am. We will never say I are happy. That's wrong. Why? Because the subject and verb agreement is wrong over here. Fine. Moving further, you is second person singular as well as plural number. So you are happy. Here we will use are. We will not say you am happy or you is happy. Why? Because the subject does not agree with the verb, right? So we will use you are happy. Similarly, when we talk about third person singular number, he, she, it. So we'll always say he is happy, she is happy, it is happy. We'll never say he are happy or she are happy. Why? Because there is no agreement between the subject and verb in this case, right? So here if it is they, that is third person plural number, we'll always use are. We will never say they is happy or they am happy. Again the same thing, the subject won't agree with the verb, right? So I hope the second rule is clear to all of you. Let us see the next rule. So, rule 3 says singular verb with singular subject and plural verb with plural subject. For example, this girl is intelligent. This is the singular form. Here, the subject is singular and therefore the verb used is also singular. In the very next sentence, these girls are intelligent. Here, these girls is plural in number. That is the subject in the next sentence here is plural. And therefore, we will use are. That is, the verb should also be plural in number. So, I hope this is very, very clear to everyone. This is the basic rule which says singular verb with singular subject and plural verb with plural subject. Now let us further see other rules as well. So rule number 4 says the introductory there, it tells about the word there if the sentence begins with there. So it says when sentences begin with there, the real subject is placed after the verb. The point that is to be noted is the subject is placed after the verb, right? But the two of them should agree with each other. Now this will be more clear through these examples. So the first sentence is there is no student in the class. The sentence begins with the word there, right? And the subject here is student. Fine. So here we'll use is after there. Why? Because the subject is singular in number. The same sentence has been represented in plural number. Now let us see. The sentence says there are no students in the class. So here again the sentence begins with there, but we have used are over here. The verb which has been used here is are. Why? Because the subject which has been placed over here is plural in number. Therefore, the verb which is placed right after there is plural in number. Further, the next rule says if the subject consists of two or more singular nouns or pronouns joined by and, then it takes a plural verb. So let's see the example. Rekha and Madhu are sisters. Here Rekha is one noun and Madhu is another noun. But when, these are singular in number individually. But when these two are joined by and, this entire subject becomes plural in number, right? So in this case, the verb supplied will also be plural in number. So I hope this rule is very clear to everyone. But then look at this sentence here. It says the poet and novelist is no more. Here the poet and the noun novelist, the noun which is the poet, and the other noun, novelist, these two nouns refer to the same person, right? So although it is joined by and, but here the person referred is only one, which is singular in number, and therefore is used here. So I repeat, when two nouns are joined together but they refer to one person only, suggests one person, that is singular number, then in that case the verb provided is singular in number. Further, the next rule says when two or more nouns are joined by the word with or as well as, right? We should keep in mind when two or more nouns are joined by the word with or as well as, in that case, the verb agrees with the first of them, right? Now this is going to be more clear through the examples. So let us see the first example. The captain with all the players is present, right? So the captain with all the players is present. Why is it so? Why are we writing is here? Because, now let us see the sentence. The captain is one noun and all the players, this is another one, and these two are joined with the word with, right? So in that case, the verb supplied will be singular in number. Why will the verb be singular? Because it should agree with the first verb, first noun, right? Let us see the second example. They as well as I are tired of the work. So the verb supplied is are. Why is it are and why not am? Are is there because it agrees with the first noun, right? So I hope this this rule is equally clear to all of you now. Further, the next rule says if the subjects are connected with either or neither nor, in that case the verb agrees with the latter one, with the latter subject. So latter means the one which is placed after, right? Now let us see it through this example. Neither the moon nor the stars are shining today. So why have we placed are? Why have we used the plural verb? Because it should agree with the latter one, right? Since stars, this is plural in number, therefore the verb supplied should also be plural in number. Maybe another sentence like either the manager or the employees were telling lies. So either the manager or the employees were telling lie. Why were? Why not was? Because employees, which is the latter one, right, that is plural in number, and therefore the verb supplied should also be plural in number. So I hope this rule is also equally clear to everyone. Further, we see words like each, either, neither, everyone, one of the, much, a little. With all these, we use singular verb. As for example, each of these girls sings well. Why? Because we are referring to each girl individually. So that's singular in number, right? So therefore, we have used sings well and not sing well. Similarly, either of the two candidates is perfect for the job. So since the word either is there, we have used singular verb, that is. Similarly, neither of the two plans is suitable. So when we say neither of the two, it refers to each plan individually and therefore singular in number. And since the subject is singular, the verb supplied is also singular, that is. Similarly, everyone talks a lot. Everyone talks. We'll never say everyone talk. It's always singular, that is talks. And the words like many, a few, several, both, they take plural verb, right? For example, many of these students were absent yesterday. So when we say many of these students, the word many refers to plural number and therefore verb supplied is also plural in number. Similarly, a few of these houses are still vacant. So when we say a few of these houses, a few refers to plural number and therefore the verb supplied is also plural in number. Let's see another example. Several of the shops are closed today. So several means many and therefore the verb supplied is also plural number, that is are, right? So it says several of the shops are closed today. And let's see one more example. Both of the guests have arrived. Both means more than one, so that is plural number. And since the subject is in plural number, both of the guests, so obviously the verb supplied is also plural in number. So the sentence goes as both of the guests have arrived. We'll never say both of the guests has arrived. That would be wrong. Okay. So I hope all the rules of subject-verb agreement, all the rules are very, very clear to all of you. With this, I wind up my session. Thank you so much.